My mom's words hit me like a thunderclap. "You're banned from the wedding, but you still owe us $250,000. My heart dropped. I had no idea how I'd gotten here, but a week later, I was sipping cocktails in the Swiss Alps, while the groom walked out in front of everyone, and my phone exploded. "The police are here. If you've ever been underestimated, shamed, or told you don't deserve a seat at the table, this story is for you." Hit subscribe, like this video, and comment your own moments of sweet revenge. Let's dive into how I turned a family disaster into the ultimate justice story. It all started the day I received the email from my mom. I was already nervous. Family drama is nothing new, but nothing prepared me for the tone of her message. Bold, cold, almost triumphant. "You're banned from the wedding. No exceptions. But remember, you still owe us $250,000. Two things happened at once. First, a sinking feeling of betrayal. I had given everything I could to this family, emotionally, financially, and still, I was treated like a problem to be erased. Second, a quiet, simmering fire ignited inside me. I wasn't going to beg, plead, or cry. If they wanted to play games, I could play too. Let me backtrack a little. Growing up, I was always the responsible one. My younger sister, the golden child, the one who could do no wrong. Every birthday, every holiday, every life event I chipped in. I gave money, time, energy. I was the fixer, the one who showed up. And yet, now, when she was about to marry, they treated me as though I were contagious, toxic, disposable. I remember sitting at my desk, staring at the $250,000 figure. My heart was pounding. It wasn't just the money, it was the principle. I had done everything expected, and suddenly, I was being extorted emotionally. My hands were shaking, my thoughts racing. And then an idea sparked. A ridiculous, audacious idea, but it made perfect sense. I would send them something to acknowledge the debt, but nothing close to what they demanded. I quickly logged into my bank account and sent $500, not $250,000, not a penny more. Just enough to make them think I was compliant, while setting the stage for something much bigger. Next, I booked a ticket, not economy, not even business, first class, to Zurich, Switzerland. Why Zurich? Because that's where the Alps begin. And I was craving distance, not just physical but emotional. I needed space to think, to breathe, to plan. And truth be told, I wanted to sip cocktails in the mountains while my family writhed in their chaos. I remember boarding the plane, my suitcase packed lightly. I had my laptop, a journal, and a small bottle of champagne. As the plane took off, I felt a strange thrill. My phone buzzed constantly. Notifications from my family piling up, angry texts, frantic calls, voicemails dripping with entitlement. But I ignored them all. Landing in Zurich was like stepping into another world. Crisp air, snow-capped peaks, the scent of pine, the soft clinking of glasses at a cozy bar. I ordered a cocktail and just smiled. For the first time in weeks, I felt a sense of calm. They thought they had control over me. They thought I was panicking. Little did they know, I was in control. 3 days into my retreat, I was scrolling through social media when the first message came in. My phone vibrated violently. A storm of notifications I hadn't dared open. I hesitated. My heart thumped. Then I saw it. The police are here. My mind raced. Why the police? What could possibly have happened? And then more messages flooded in. The groom has walked out. We don't know what to do. The ceremony is collapsing. I laughed, quietly at first, and then louder. A glass of champagne trembled in my hand. I felt a surge of vindication so sweet, I nearly cried. Here's what had happened. My sister, convinced she could manipulate everyone, had tied my owed money to the wedding, planning insisting that my attendance was somehow conditional. The groom, under pressure from her family, had been forced into a corner with impossible expectations and conflicting demands. And when I sent my $500, signaling that I was finally paying up, it threw their carefully crafted plan into chaos. The groom, feeling trapped and realizing the whole wedding was spiraling out of control, walked out mid-ceremony. The guests were stunned. The family was panicking, and I was sipping cocktails, watching the alpine sun glint off the mountains, feeling the pure satisfaction of watching justice unfold without lifting a finger. Of course, my phone kept exploding. Calls, texts, messages from my mom, frantic, desperate, almost hysterical. She didn't understand what had happened. They had tried to control me, tried to shame me, tried to erase me, but in trying to manipulate my actions, they triggered the ultimate reversal of fortune. For hours I just sat there. I thought about the irony. How often had I been silenced in my own family? How often had I been treated like I was nothing? And now, without planning a complex scheme or enacting elaborate revenge, the universe had done it for me. The groom left, the wedding fell apart, and I banned, underestimated. Written off was the calm center in the chaos. I took a long sip of my cocktail, letting the mountain air fill my lungs. I let the sun warm my face, and I realized something. Revenge doesn't always have to be cruel or vindictive. Sometimes, the sweetest revenge is living well, refusing to be baited, and letting the consequences of others' hubris catch up to them naturally. As evening fell, I walked along the edge of a snowy ridge. The sky was painted in shades of orange and purple, the Alps stretching endlessly around me. I thought about my sister, my mother, the groom, all caught in their own whirlwind, and I felt free, light, vindicated. By the time I checked my phone again, the news had fully landed. Wedding planners were scrambling, family friends were calling in to try and mediate. My sister's Instagram story was a mess of confusion, her face pale in front of a failed floral display. And my mom, she was mortified. Every frantic message I ignored was another small victory, another confirmation that I didn't need to fight, argue, or grovel. The chaos was complete, and I had the luxury of watching it unfold from the Alps, a world away. Looking back, I realized the lesson was simple: respect your own worth, and don't let anyone hold you hostage emotionally, financially, or psychologically. Sometimes, the most satisfying revenge isn't about hurting others. It's about creating space where you can thrive while letting their own actions do the work. If you've ever been underestimated, shamed, or banned from your own life events, hit that like button, subscribe, and comment your own moments of sweet, unexpected justice. And remember, sometimes, the best revenge is living well while they watch from